There's a rock star.
How's it going?
How was your gig?
Pretty fun. Pretty good. I tried to text you a thing, but I wasn't at home, so I don't think it could do that long of a video.
Did you get any screaming ladies in the audience, throwing their babies and other things?
No, just my mom. Maybe my grandma was there too.
Good. Having family there is crucial to your development. Just the mere act of support alone.
Yeah.
So good. My mom, her nickname was Video Vicky. Back in the 90s when like she had to have a camcorder like up on the shoulder with like a red light on from the viewer. And she just videoed everything. And so, as a result, me having footage of me as a little speck on a football field doing a field show, or a shot from an audience of me up on stage with a bow tie, all of the scenarios, drum setting. I went to San Diego State on a full-ride scholarship because of a compilation video that I put together from her footage. I was in the All-State Honor Orchestra, and it was coupled with a convention. And afterwards, me walking around with my like half bow tie hanging off me because the gig was over, my stick bag. I was walking around the convention where there were booths, vendors, many of which were schools of music and their representatives. And I saw San Diego State there, and I was just yakking with the guy, and I said, "Oh, hey, by the way, I got an acceptance letter from San Diego State, which is the only school that I applied for." And I didn't even want to apply for it. I was just going to go to Cuesta. And my mom was like, "No, you should try to see if you could get into a state school with your SAT scores." I was like, whatever. And I didn't even care about San Diego. She said, just give me a town, whatever. I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about the Padres, the baseball team. I was like, I don't know, San Diego. So she sent in an application, and then, like a month later, I got an acceptance letter. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't even think of anything of it, because I was going to go to Cuesta. And I put it up in the refrigerator, and like, yeah, whatever. And then I saw San Diego State there, the head of wind bands and the head of percussion, who were the two representatives. And I told him what I had, and then I just like walked away after a conversation. But then my mom saw them, like, oh And so she went and talked to them. Oh, that's right. She found them. I was just messing around with like the drummer guy, vendor, and I didn't even like notice San Diego State's booth. But she did, and she did the proverbial grab me by the ear and drag me over there. And I talked to them, and they convinced me to. They said, "Well, auditions are over, by the way, but you can send in a tape." So I made a compilation tape with all the Video Vicky's footage, and they wrote me back and said, "All right, well, how about a full-ride scholarship?" I said, "Okay." The rest is history. So, Video Vicky. Any footage?
Huh?
Any footage of you playing last night?
Yeah, I have a video.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
We'll watch it later.
Okay.
Show me something cool. Yes. There it is. Nice. Clean that up faster. Dut. So push it in the ground and get a little lower. What I mean by faster is faster. Don't drag your eighths. Like really like get down on that double. So you're really here doing that. And so boom, boom. You know what a joke dribble is? It's this, when NBA players, when they like want to get around a defender and they want to protect the ball, they'll do this. Like a 1, 2, which is exactly what we do with the drumming. Oh yeah, motherfucker. So to do that, so do that. Just get close. 2, 3, Get closer and tighter.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sure that they're going down at the same time, though. Make sure they're going down at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
That's the initiation. Don't trip yourself up before that moment. No, that was a little better. You clicked your sticks together, though. There it was. Yes. Okay. Just dribble when you're ready. It doesn't have to be timed out. It doesn't have to be every other 2 measures. Just make it happen when you're like, you've had some good solid doubles before. And so the trick is, which again, all of this is analogous to drumming, and the language we're using for this is exactly paralleled in there. The main theme being in the independence of limbs. Which, by the way, when I do this, that isn't 2 actions happening simultaneously. This I just think of as one. This, bop bop, that's 2 different actions. That was this and then that was that. But this is a singular action just as much as this is a singular action, not 2 at the same time. This is not 4 different things happening simultaneously. That's 1 action. And so the people who know nothing about drumming, they'll think, oh, like drummers, they must have like 4 brains or something. Like, no. We wish we were that much of, athletic geniuses, but that's not the case. It can get there. You can like develop a 2nd, 3rd, 4th brain-ish when you start messing around with like time out of time things, like playing in time out of time, where you like truly have to like let go and just have some other limb just do something completely out of time, but yet something else is in time. Yeah, that's when we get transcended into like true independence. But this is not 2 things happening at once. 2 things happening simultaneously. This is just 1 action. And so when we're doing, and people see that and they think, oh, wow, you must have 4 limbs. 3 in that case. It's like, no. This is 1 action. This is a 2nd action. This is 1 action. 1, 1, 1, 1. They're just couplings that are thought of as 1 thing. So, but in the case of this, but your 4 limbs are still doing different things. Like this is not this. There's still 2 different things. There's still 2 different actions that each limb has to do. So here we have 2 different actions where this ball is consistent. But then you kind of have to like tilt your body down and get this side down closer so you can tighten up that thing. You could just stay the same heights and just move really fast, but that's going to get out of control really fast. Like, I did it rhythmically. It was kind of in time, but it just completely got away from me. or triple lip one. So get down on that. Do it without the other ball. 1, 2, 3, just one ball. Yeah, tighten that up. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah. Get even lower. Do one that's do them one really big and then super small, like super differentiation between the dynamics. Forte to piano. Yeah, really. I'll take the other one. Watch this. 1, 2. It's coming all the way up, but then it's coming up with it, and then it just goes down with it and meets it there, and so that it is there for that first bounce, but then it's like it doesn't get very far because my hand is already down. Okay, I'll really exaggerate it. Down with it, and I just go down with it. Try that, just one limb. Just come to your knees. I thought of a better way to do this, by the way. I'm going to build a glass case that's just like here, because I was messing around over the weekend out here doing this, and it's just better closer to the ground. So I'm going to build a glass case that's like here, plexiglass case, so that things never get away from you. And then you have like a more measured target, like you must stay here in this zone, which will hone in the thinking. So do big dribbles, and then immediately followed by 2 or 3 or 4 stick the hand in your pocket. Relax. Do this. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, even tighter. Like really get down on it. You don't want to let that first bounce get up too high because your hand is right there in the way. Yeah, that. Boing, boing, boing. Do this. Boing, 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 bop. Now that was the goal, but now just press it in. 1, 2, wham. No bounces. Press. Yeah, that. Just have this hand relax, whatever. Okay, now, don't press it. Just do a whole bunch of little bounces after that. But then, like, get it going a little bit. Dun, dun. Let's get like a few out of it. Yeah, and now like maintain like 3 or 4 dribbles there, little tiny baby ones. Yeah, that. Okay, so now back off from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and push. There it is. Do it again. Uh-huh. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, now the other one. Yes, there. Okay. Yep, that's the best one so far. Okay, now, but if your double stops are off, if your right hand is bouncing way higher at the beginning, then you're not working within a framework of consistency. To get those double stops even first, which is to say not lesser of a power in the right, but more power in the left, which again is more drummer speak. Like the left hand is always having to compensate. Big brother, little brother. That's the perfect analogy. Big brother, little brother. And big brother is bigger and stronger. Little brother will never, until they're both like in their 30s maybe, is never going to be even remotely as strong or quick or agile or all the athletic adjectives as the big brother. So the left hand is always having to compensate. So for the sake of being academic about it, now try to do double stops where the left hand is higher. Get the left hand to be higher this time. Similar to playing left hand lead. Start with try to be even and then crescendo your left hand. Get it even first. Now maintain that. Yeah, this is why I need my glass box. I thought about building it instead of having you kneel. I thought I was just like building a table to where, just like if I'm sitting at a drum set or I'm standing at a concert snare, like wherever that drum is just where the table would be. But then to like compensate, so belly button height is ideally the spot where you have your drum. Or actually, it has nothing to do with your belly button. It has to do with your elbow. Like wherever your elbow is and wherever your arm is straight, not here for sure, but just here, that's where you want your drum to be. And you stick parallel with that. And then slightly down from that. But then with the ball here, where my contact is on top of this ball, and this whole thing is, 9 inches or something, then that table's got to be 9 inches lower from the elbow spot. So I just build a table with a glass box around it. So. Yeah, that looks strong. The problem wasn't the left. The problem was the right hand just ceased doing what it was doing. It got distracted. When your right hand is writing on the right symbol, that just needs to keep on going regardless of whatever, blippity bloopity stuff the left hand is doing on the snare, regardless of the ghost notes. Yep. Yeah. I'm messing you up. Keep that going. Don't have to have me do it for you. Be aware of the right hand. Keep that consistent. The eighth notes in the left hand, that's the easy part. Yes, there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Do it off the right. Eighth's in the right hand. Keep that left hand going. Keep the left hand big. You are aware of your left hand, not the right. Not the right, which is doing the more complex rhythm, which is going to take more attention from you in the beginning thoughts. Like, oh, this thing's doing more notes, so I got to think about it more. No, that's the easy part. Keep the left hand consistent with its quarter notes. You can even just look at your left hand as you do it. Now you can see with your own eyes what your left hand is doing or what it's not doing. Give him hard pushes still. Be aggressive about it. Work on it. Stay there. All right, let's just do it right here in the front yard. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You know what? Let's just do it. Just do it right here. Easy. All right, come stand there, and I'll position this.
I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and he had a Meowface card.
Oh, nice. Good. Yeah, I gave a couple to a couple dudes. I'm gonna put the camera on your side of things.
That guy's really good.
Yeah, I know. I've seen him before. And in fact, we took a break at the rehearsal. Come stand over here. I'm going to put you in a frame. Come stand over here. And, yeah. This new tripod is not going to be friendly to me. Yeah, it's super weak. Okay. Just stay in frame. Catch. Yeah. Yeah, I like decently smooth. And you have an extra incentive to catch it because your car is right behind you. But I won't be too wild. Yes, back foot came up. World of difference from 2 weeks ago. And we're just throwing a chill here, but we can still apply all those same mechanics. Keep your head looking at me just like a predator with its head ability to just like stay put. Just like look at me and then like keep that head steady the whole time. Don't turn the head. Yeah. Okay, have everything be delayed. The ball is the last thing to go. This turns, the hips turn, the shoulder turns, the shoulder comes forward. The ball still hasn't gone forward. All this movement has happened, yet that ball has still been in space. And then it's like the ball stays in space, but then I add torque behind it. Ball didn't go anywhere, but now there's all this pressure of it wanting to go this way. Turn at the last second, or fling this thing at the last moment possible. Like really let the hips turn the body, which then turns everything else. Yeah, exactly. It'll look super goofy. No baseball player would ever do that because it's just too delayed, because there's a timing to it, but we'll just hit the other end of the spectrum where it's really delayed. Yeah, and that had some heat on it with zero effort. Proof is in the pudding. So where does his left hand go? And take that glove and just really turn it and just like ram it right into your armpit. Yeah, pop. That thing was whizzing too, with no effort. Yeah, now, okay. I'm thinking about what my head is doing. Yeah. Now look at my head. I'm not going to throw the ball. Notice my head doesn't go down this way. Like it stays on you like a predator. Like straightforward the whole time. So my body is like turning around the pivot of my neck. Let me think about this. Yeah, I try to keep that head just like in space, in the same space. Yeah. And now really like come forward. You can even take a bigger step. Like everything is like I'm turning, but I'm also going this way too. I'm coming forward, which then really snaps this forward. Yeah, let me think about this. Like send your head like direct, like a beeline toward me. Yeah. Now precede that elbow before the ball. Everything is just a whip. See how fast my hand goes right here? Just wham, boom, it's going. That right there, yes. Uh-huh. This, therefore that, this for that, this for that. Yes. Now, this lets me know, just like dropping sticks on the floor in there, lets me know that you're trying something new, which is good. And anytime someone tries something new, it's never going to go the way you want it to the first time. Yeah. Stick your glove over your right hand and do this. Thumb with these 3 fingers, and then these 3 fingers in the thumb spot, and then here, so you can switch the gloves. Teaching yourself how to throw left-handed inadvertently is a way to teach your right hand how to throw. Because just make this happen however that can. Oh, I know. Let's use these. I have these for the kiddos. And I redid it. Got rid of the plastic thing. Use that. And I made this way better. Now all we have to do is close it like a Venus flytrap. Oh, and then, yeah, put on your right hand. So now we're gonna look super goofy trying to throw with the left hand, but in doing so, we really think about the mechanics, because if we throw with our right hand, we take a lot of things for granted, but with the left, it has to be totally rebuilt from the ground up. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that wasn't half bad. Yeah. I mean, we're both looking like, we don't be caught dead being seen doing this, because then they'll think, oh, those guys don't know how to throw. But yeah, wait, it's with our left hands, like, don't worry about that. It feels weird catching with my right hand. Ooh, perfect. Look at yourself in the camera there, and go off to, be off to the left side of the frame there. I know, just stand straight forward. We'll just be super isolating about it. Just do this. Like, have this be here, like we're ready for molar grip. Wham! But then we have an object that we're throwing instead of pivoting. Yeah. Don't even bother with the turning of the hips for now. Just this. Yeah. Oh, shit. No. Whatever. Yeah. Basically just like shooting a basket to each other. Because baseball or basketball players don't like turn their body to make a shot. They're just perfectly square. Scooch a few inches to your right. Yeah. And that one was about to go a lot farther than you thought it was going to because there was inherent technique involved. Okay, now start from a lower position and then just come up and start from the downstroke, do an upstroke. Start with an upstroke, end with a down. Get into it. Yeah, that. Uh-huh. And now, blade off like 45 degrees. And then like turn your hips extra so you're like you make that 90 degrees. You're at a 45, your hips turn to 90 degrees. And now start in the down, and then as you turn, you're bringing that up. Yeah, there you go. I think that was too many things to think about. Okay, just start here. And then have the hips initiate the shoulder, which then initiates the elbow, which then initiates this. Yeah, so just 45, turn a little bit, start here. Yeah, I need like a batting cage situation with a room full of nets so things don't go anywhere. It shall be. Bingo. And then just stick your other hand, well, yeah, just get rid of that. Stick your other hand in your pocket, just to be super isolating for now. Yep. Okay. A 45 turn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. All this is totally loose. No muscles flexed at all. Just a whip. The only muscle involved is just your shoulder muscle keeping up the arm, just to put it into frame. Other than that, everything else is just loosey-goosey. No effort. All right, now try not to turn so much, even though that was a good throw. Smaller motions so that they're more observable, more digestible. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now we'll add the point, and then we'll bring this in. Yeah, I didn't watch where the left hand went. Man, that feels goofy. Yeah, kind of looked like a shot put, but it got here. Do just that. All right. All right, now keep that pointed. Pull it in. Yeah. All right, right hand. Teach, keep the same lessons learned. All those things that the left hand had to do, your right hand's got to do them too. But now you're more aware of it. Best throw I've ever seen. Yeah, because you're thinking about it more. Yeah, and that had some heat on it with zero body movement. Yes. Now we're talking. Let's do some drumming. Oh, yes, thank you.
My dad didn't like that we were playing catch with the rocks.
Your dad didn't like what?
He said we were playing catch with rocks.
Oh, whatever. If he had been here listening to everything coming out of my mouth, he'd be like, "Guys, I think he's making a lot of sense."
Yeah, I don't think it.
Yeah, well, show him the proof in the pudding when you guys play catch next, and be like, "Oh, someone's been practicing the throwing."
I think it was more just the dangerous part of it. I think.
Oh, okay. We'll wear helmets next time and chin straps. Okay. Couple pillows. Let's do some floor work for a bit. And I'm finally getting a little bit more organized than usual. And so up to the edge there, I'm going to just join you right next to. Easier for see monkey, do monkey. Right there. Do a few strokes through the left hand. Mm-hmm. Oh, show me the video. Tie-dye. Two guys are in tie-dye and two guys are in like blazers.
They're wearing tie-dye underneath the blazers.
Oh, visible to the audience though.
Yeah.
So you guys were all the Grateful Dead.
Yep. Well, we're we named our group the Rainbow Boys.
Okay, all right. At least there's something going on.
Yeah. And we made those shirts actually.
Okay, good. Intentionality, a theme, not just random shit. Got it.
Did you catch any of this stuff? You said you.
I
break
popped in,
Yeah.
but it was another guy playing. And I only had 10 minutes.
Was it the one? Was it Tom?
Yeah,
That's cool.
if that's what his name is, yeah.
Yeah. They played Spain and Footprints.
Okay. Play me one that like you're the most proud of. Might be a bit much to scroll through all that if you can remember.
I only played 2 songs, I guess.
Oh, that's right, because there were multiple combos. You guys only had 2 sets.
Yeah, so that song is the more difficult one.
2 tunes within 1 set. Okay. The thing that would have given that beat more, yeah. Bum 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 ba da da bum 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 ba da da bum bum bum. As opposed to that, which is what you're doing, which you could say that those are 2 different styles, but one is birthed out of amateurism and of non-education. One of them is birthed out of knowing what's up. So they're 2 different sounds that are kind of like both in the zeitgeist, but my coaching would have been like accent tap, do do boo do bum bum boo do boo, because then it gives the ba-da-ba-dum, bum, bum. Then it gives the quarter note feel, which is what the audience would be dancing to. The audience would be dancing to bump, 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 ba-da-da, bump, bump, bump. Now, uh, 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 they're going to do that. Or they might do bump, bump, ba-da-da-dum, but they're still feeling quarter notes. Dun, dun. So if you can give that to them, then it's going to be more grooving. Then people are going to like, it's going to be more accessible.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Keep it going.
And then it's pretty long, and
Yeah,
so
it's chameleon.
yeah, I borrowed Ben, the bassist, who's the closest blazer. His cymbals. He was in the group after me. He's a pretty good drummer, and he. I guess I there. This one. But
You know what that moment was? That was you not paying attention to the other ball while you're trying to do something more complex.
yeah.
You distracted yourself. And your drums were too low.
Yeah.
See where your snare is? Like, your hand is in the way. The snare should be about 3 inches higher. Like, you want to get off your leg.
I had to get the cymbals from Ben because he was gonna be after me, so he was like, just use my cymbals. And I don't like move cymbals a lot. I didn't bring my own or anything, so I grabbed a hi-hat and put it instead of crash. And yeah, so that was my bad. Yeah, and he made it through his first song. He was like, this is a hi-hat. I'm gonna move it.
And you're a tall guy, and so your drums should be taller. And your seats, well, not only, you're like more above than what you should be. See the angle of your thigh? It's angled up a little bit. That should be flat, like flat 90-degree foot. So you're like, the stool's too high and your drums are too low. So you've really exaggerated that. So you have this crestfallen posture to like go down to your drums when your drums should just come to you in your ideal parallel with gravity posture. And in being more upright, you're going to be more aware, you're going to be more comfortable. Because if you're not comfortable, you're not playing anything.
Right.
If you're not comfortable, you can never get into the zone. You know, an NBA player with a tweaked ankle is not going to be able to get into the zone that night because he's uncomfortable.
Right.
Although seasoned players might be able to like transcend beyond that. Did you do that deliberately? Did you just like fizzle out and just rent with it?
I think it was more deliberate, more of just trying to switch things up. But like, I think it fizzled out as like me being like, okay, what?
As
am I
you
doing?
trying to do, yeah.
But like, yeah, there was some intention.
Do you ever go to the ride?
I did more in the last song. I don't know if I did in this song. Like, when I get into a group like this, I try and learn the beat and like getting confidence with that is really the extent I get to. Like, I don't do much fills. Like, that's what I want to improve on. That's what Daryl had me work on today. Daryl's sitting right behind the piano, and yeah, we did like a lot of 1 and 1, and then 2+1, 2+2, and just working on fills and 16th note. Word now, but yeah, I don't use the rest of the kit much.
Okay. We'll mess around with this tempo and this beat, and we'll post concert, but whatever. That beat, that tempo, that groove, that for that tune, is in your bones, and so we'll build on that. And you guys decrescendo there. And then the timing, the intervals of space in between each beat kind of went to hell. And notice when your ride goes away, because what keeps good time is at least one limb doing syncopations, doing now your time's probably gonna get a lot better because now you're back. Now you're giving yourself the eighth notes, whereas before this moment you were just feeling it in the quarters, which is the main feel of the tune. But a drummer is one of the secrets of how a drummer is able to keep everyone time is that there's at least one limb going, if not just the left foot hopping around inaudibly, giving yourself a faster subdivision, giving yourself faster notes to keep that all measured. Because I'm thinking, if I'm just doing this, I'm thinking, like I'm thinking about that, if not just vocalizing it. Okay. Fact. Let's just get that tempo going right now. Is that going to be 100, my favorite tempo? Let's go with that. We'll just call it 100 because I'm biased. Okay, get this going. Right hand. Less turning here. Okay, now. Okay. Digga digga da. Do that. Ba 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 bum. One E and O2. Forget what we were doing before. Just do this. Loud, soft, soft, loud, loud. Just rights and lefts the whole time. Right, left, right, left, right. Big, small, small, big, big. So, to make that easier sooner, back to basics. Now, have this be ready to go. This one's down. And then big, small, small. And then this one's going to be a stop stroke as well. Stop, tap, tap, stop, stop. Okay, just do the one again. Two. Just do the two. Two. Stop, stop. Let's do a few of these. And get that stick to be flat with the carpet. It's gonna jiggle around because you gotta like stop it from wanting to go back up, but it very quickly zip ends in parallel to the floor at what we call 3 inches, regardless if it actually is 3 inches. In the drumline world, we call it 3 inches, 6, 9, and 12. Those are the 4 different height variations that we use, and we use when we say, 3 inches, even if it's not actually 3 inches. But drum lines, in the pursuit of looking the same, therefore sounding the same, will actually strive for an exact 3 inches. Sooner. So instead of boing, boing, like it's just really just crush it. A moment after you hit, not a moment before. Don't pull your punch. Yeah. Keep your thumb. The center meat of this right here should be fused dead center on the crown of that. No off to this side, definitely not of this, right there. Where if I push down on your thumb, it should just not go anywhere. If your thumb is off to the side a little bit and I push down your thumb, now it gets smushed off to the side. I should be able to go to your thumb and just push down and it just stays there. Okay, but now it's going all stiff on me now. Okay, smaller motion. But with just as much force and chi. Okay, now stop, small, small, stop, stop. Okay. Okay. Now we'll unify the hands. Back to basics. Okay. Now do the split. I've shown you this one before. Stop, stop, small lift, small lift. Slow as you need to go. Yeah. laughter is empathetic, I swear. Okay, do this again, and just know that each hand is doing this, but they're just one after the other. Get that to stop sooner. Do it. Yeah. Good. Your thumb is in the right spot. Don't get all stiff. Yeah, there you go. Break at the wrist. Okay, just do that. Just build it one grain of sand at a time. Try left hand lead. That was it. Yeah. What? It's all in the initiation of the upstroke. That's where it all begins. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes. Back to right hand lead. Right left. Really initiate the left. Initiate the left with the wrist. Yes. Now get those to stop, stop. Clinch, clinch. Relax. Take a deep breath. Okay, do this. Together, separate. Together, separate. Have your left hand be louder than your right. Not because you force it, because you just cobra it. All right, let's exaggerate that. Just come way up, wrists initiating. Just be super 2008 Beijing Olympics opening ceremony. 1,000 drummers out on the field doing the exact same thing. It was glorious. They're all doing like basic taiko stuff, but it looked cool. And their technique was on point. Initiate wrist. Yeah. Yeah. Now put just as much force into each one separately. And really get those to chump, chump, just stop, stop. Yeah, that's what's tricky about this, because fluid, no muscles, and then like death crunch.
Mhm.
And so, two very different things going on. So don't let those two things distract you from each other. Yes. Left hand lead. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Again. Now keep it going. Mm-mm. This still has to do with chameleon, by the way. Once you get this down, then we'll go to the set, and then you'll see the magic. Okay, start with the two smalls. Start with the E and. So just do this. Mm-hmm. There is no upstroke. It's just down, down. Yeah. The upstroke happens afterwards. This just goes down, but then popping that wrist the moment I hit it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be quick necessarily. It just has to happen, that the upstroke happens immediately after. Not quickly after, because it can still look like this. But it all seems like it's one motion. Yeah. Keep your thumb in your stick. Get yourself set each time. Like, give yourself a moment and get reset in between each rep. Okay. Now back to the beginning. Down, small, small, right? Small, small, there it is. Down, small, small. Mm-mm. So as soon as that one gets done with the small, well, it's the next one coming. It's getting ready for a big. So it's just as soon as it's done, it's getting into that upstroke position. Try just that. Ding, pop, pop. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, now I complete that cycle. Yes. Uh-huh. Do the left hand lead. Slow down. Yeah. Just start down. Go for it.
This one? Left, right hand leg?
Yeah, left hand lead, but keep that down. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here's where this is all going. Not all that, but you can say the magic of accents and dynamics, differentiation of dynamics. So in the beat you were playing, you're doing this. Um, okay, I'll really simulate what you're doing. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and okay. No ghost notes.
Mm-hmm.
That and the of one and has a goat nose feel, but that is a kick. That is your lilty upbeat. That is your lilty backbeat. So instead of do ba 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 which supports the melody, which is why that beat is that way. So, but the ghost notes are what's going to not only keep the whole thing better in time, because you're cycling through 16ths the whole time. Your framework was quarters and eighths with a little 16th note, one single 16th note kick in there, completely out of context. You're just throwing that in there. But if your hands are already doing 16th notes, somewhat imperceptible from the back row, because maybe they're not catching your ghost notes, which everyone, if you're doing ghost notes on a snare, everyone in the arena is hearing that, because no one is not hearing his contributions of a snare, whether they are conscious of it or not. And you don't want your audience to be conscious of anything. You just want them to be like, in a trance state, just hearing all of the music as one, not paying attention to the acting of one particular character in a movie. Like, oh, stage left, stage right. No, we don't want to break down the mechanics of what we're doing. We just want to, the artist has the intention, which is the whole thing. So, ghost notes, baby, ghost notes. Dun, dun, dun. Ba, 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 ba. So my hands. There it is. duck together. Now, we're not accounting for the second backbeat on beat 4, but we're just breaking down this simple thing. So, get this down. And so this is the whole time. So this is just baby notes the whole time, except for that one and Do that slow. Just do this first. Slowly. Say one Anna, two Anna. Keep going. Now more chi with the left hand. Your height is going to be down, but you're still doing the 1-inch punch there. Okay, do just what the left hand is doing in the left hand. Small heights, stick your wrist stick above it, but try to really dig into the carpet. Like put a hole through the carpet at that height without touching your stick. Yeah. Small yet still confident strokes. All strokes need to be confident. All strokes need to be put, whether they're loud or soft. There's still a somewhat firm connection between the stick and the hand. You're still putting your whole arm, you're still putting the whole mass of your arm into that stroke. I can do this, and this is like the opposite of chi. Like my stick heights are the same, but now there's no transfer of weight because I can't push down on this. Like this is the weakest thing possible. But then if I do this, no, I'm exaggerating. I'm like really putting a lot of chi into it. See how loud you can get at a controlled small height without pressing. I can hear the press. Do it slower. Achieve this volume. Achieve this. There's a lot of sound there still. Smaller. Okay, now do this. With this still hitting firmly. Yes, that sounds a hell of a lot better. Now you're rushing. So, which beat, and we won't say one-yandas or anything like that, but the first, second, or third, or fourth action, which is likely to be off? The second one. Don't rush the second note. Put it right in between. Okay, let's break that down. So hand to hand. This hand to that hand to this hand to that hand. Hand to hand action, hand to hand strokes. Hand to hand motion. This is the pillar of everything the drummer does is hand to hand motion. So, but then that starts off with double stops. Do that exercise. Bum stomp. So the second 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 because you're not gonna go. That's gonna be too quick and unnecessary to the basics of what we're doing.
What was it?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 dot 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 dun 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 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, you're not gonna double stop the first one. You can double stop the second one. And a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1 and 2 and 3 and just let that single hit fly on the down beat. That. Yeah. The rush. Because the second one has no chance. The second one is just like throwing a dart into space and hoping to hit the moon. Like, but if you can anticipate where it's going to be and your body knows, then it can hold it back from rushing. It's usually rushed. It could lag too. It's just that it gives you need a moment to like calibrate to the new action.
Mm-hmm.
Just be pre-calibrated and then just initiate immediately. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. No having to get into it. All big strokes. Yeah. These are all big strokes. All accents, no taps.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Start with double stops. Quarters. Quarter, 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 quarter. Dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. 1 and 2 and 3 and eighth notes, 16ths. Yeah, okay. What was that? Oh, I see. You're hearing it weird. Let me do this. Let me do this for you. There you go. Beep,
The
beep.
higher one.
Yeah, the louder one now is the obvious one. I was like, oh my God, he started like in between. But oh wait, no, wait. That makes sense. Let's listen to it. Cha, 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 cha.
So these are.
Push during the 16th notes. Don't drag. That was a good one. The right hand is doing what the whole time? Exactly the same thing. Nothing's happening differently. This is as consistent as it gets. This is the other ball being dribbled. And then the left hand is what does something different. Don't let the newness of what the other hand is doing mess this up at all. This is leading the show. The leader can't adjust to the follower. If the leader adjusts to the follower, that's going to be a pure mayhem of tempo retention. Big brother, little brother. Little brother is following the big brother through the jungle. Big brother's out ahead with a big machete cutting down all the things, making a trail, blazing a trail for the little brother to follow into. But every once in a while, it's good to have the big brother give the little brother the machete and put him out in front. So do this left-hand lead now. Because your left hand, if it goes left-hand lead, if the left hand is put into the leader position, then it has to operate with the same amount of moxie and confidence that the right hand has usually, and then that transfer of confidence over to there can only be a good thing. Left, 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 left. Say left, 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 left the whole time. Left, 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 left. Don't drag, don't. No double stops at the beginning. Drive that left hand. Yeah, that's decent. No double steps on the top one. Yeah, the left hand isn't used to leading, and so it's dragging because it's not confident. It's like, oh, am I doing it right? It's hesitating. Now, look at your left hand the whole time. Make sure it's doing, there's no flinch in its flow. The frequency is the fluid the whole time. There is no right hand. Uh-huh. Let's go slower. Just embrace it. 130 to 120. I like to work in 10 degree increments. Left hand, lead the show. And if the big brother gives little brother the machete in the jungle, the big brother has to just be in the back and be patient and be a humble follower, a conscientiously humble and patient follower, which is more difficult to do for the right hand than it is for the left hand to become the confident leader. It's way easier to build someone's confidence than to try to lower someone's beaming confidence. It's an ego trip. Your right hand is experiencing an ego trip right now. It's the sin of pride in the right hand. Yeah. Yeah, this is wanting to push. It's wanting to go faster because it can go faster. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's why playing at slow tempos is a bitch. Because we can go faster, therefore we want to go faster. One tempo is my favorite tempo because that is my cruising altitude tempo. It doesn't feel too fast, it doesn't feel too small, fast or slow, which is why I deliberately bump myself down to 90 and 80 sometimes to really just mess with myself. Because it forces me to just chill and take a deep breath and just be like, nope, it is what it is. Be humble in this moment. I can go faster. I can fly like the wind and show off, even to myself. No, I'm playing the slower tempo, and it is what it is. So, giving yourself a faster tempo, that's just like anxiety inducing, but slowing down from your cruising altitude tempo is a test of patience. Nice and big, all of these. Okay, now bust out gap click. Here's 100 again. Okay, that was fast.
Can I use your restroom real quick?
Do it.
Thank you.
So here's one. I'm gonna flip it over because it changes colors, so I can see that in the corner of my eye. So I'm gonna flip this over. 2, 3, 4. Up, rush. 2, patience, patience. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, I caught myself rushing on the second beat, but then I compensated and slowed it down. I got away with it, but I don't get to get away with it because the listener heard a flaw in the consistency. Oh. Okay, now we're going to take that exercise, that little etude, and cut it in half. 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 bum. 2, 3, 4. Bum ba 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 bum. 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 bum. Late. And the gap is happening on your 16ths.
16th. So
Late. Double, 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 single, 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 singles. Doubles up, double, bug a butt. It's crazy rushed. Come back to right hand lead. You're immediately like rushing this. This is inconsistent.
Right.
Just do double stops. During that gap, all of your doubts, all of your insecurities, all of your demons surface. Doubt is the primary devil that comes out of you during that absence. So the more times you nail it, the more your self-confidence grows and the less your doubt has a chokehold on you. Try to be as consistent as possible. Like your movement is the exact same movement as the movement before. And we'll add in another demand, which will focus you even more. True double stops, no flams. Let's add another demand. Tempoed breathing. Inhalation for 8 beats. Exhalation for 8 beats. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do that counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and our ability to inhale seems to be way faster because it makes sense biologically, evolutionarily, that we should be able to like get a breath in way faster than we should be able to get it out. So just know that your inhalation needs to be way more regulated. Like what a regulator does when we're scuba diving. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Now we'll keep all that going, but now we're going to change the rhythm. No, double step on the first one. There it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, good. No muscles. Yeah, you're rushing a little bit when you're doing 16ths on your leader hand because you think you're going to be late because of the self-doubt. Because it's better, I mean, what's better in life? To be late or to be early?
Really?
Yeah. So because you have a doubt, you're just trying to like increase your odds of not being late by rushing. Just be the beat. The beautiful thing about a metronome is we learn to follow a beat, and the metronome is the leader. But with this gap click, during that absence, you become the leader. So it's a toggling between leader follower, leader follower, leader follower. And the more we increase the gap, which is what I did, I doubled the amount of time, the more you have to just be the beat. You are the beat. All right.
Okay.
Not to mess with you. Well, let's just try 3 and 3.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Say here comes 8, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 4 and then 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up late. There it was. Dun, 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 dun. Bip-bop, 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 bum, bum, bum. Bip-bop, 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 bum, bum, bum. There it goes. Keep going. Bip-bop, 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 bum, bum, bum. Bip-bop, 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 bum, bop, bop, bum, bop, 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 bum. Yeah, that was decent. Keep going. Patience, no doubt. Early. Yeah, good. Yes. That was right on the money. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was consistent throughout. It just means that you had the overall timing down. Yeah, good. All right, hotshot. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. Yeah, I had a hunch that was going to be a little late. Lead the show with the right hand. Yeah, that last one you rushed. You were on the money, but then that last one you had a doubt and you rushed. Drag. Yeah, and then you compensated, but you compensated too much and then you ended up early. Really get a bounce going on. Really get a dribble going on. Yeah, it was going to be way early. Yeah, this, notice, okay, so this is 4 and 4. 4 and 4. We started off with, well, we started off with just 1 and 1. Bip, bop, 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 bip, bop, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second bar, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 and 2. Or 4 and 4. Or you could do hybrids. You could do 1 and 3. If you wanted a 4-bar phrase, you could do 3 and 1 to give yourself plenty of something to lean on, and then give yourself just 4 beats of a doubt, but still plenty of time to like find that groove, go back to regular metronome following. The Dr. beat doesn't give you any sort of gap. It's just you get a consistent click, and that's all you get.
Mm-hmm.
So there's ways to mess with this. And then, of course, you can do, all right, let's go back to 1 on 1. But then you can do this. Okay, let's find a standard one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So. So it's kind of a way to like switch the leads in a way. Try that. 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Don't rush. Consistency. And then you can have all sorts of ba, bum, ba. Uh-huh.
Mm.
And you can tripletize it. Okay. 4. Ba, 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 ba. Mm-hmm. Things does a lot more cool things than what meets the eye. And that's just the standard rest. So during the gap, it's resting. During the gap, it's giving you the second and third triplet. During the gap, it's giving you the second triplet, the third triplet, the upbeat, the
I got
mm-hmm.
distracted by the smell. Sorry.
Banana.
No, bread.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, and then here's another trick. You can take this. This starts default here, but you can go up one, and it just gives you the downbeat. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. So it's still in that framework of what would be 4 on. 1, 2, 3, 4 off. 2, 3, 4. Click 2. Just the downbeat. So that's like the ultimate challenge. Is that right there? And then you can do this. 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and triple it. The first two of the triplet. And then you can do hybrids. Okay, how about yeah. I really wish they would differentiate instead of just being all the same note. I wish we had the ability, like we do with this, to change the volumes and the different sounds. This is Pico Kiko. It has 2 different sounds going on there. Even between the 8ths and 16ths. Ba-dee-da, ba-dee-da. There's this pitch change. Da-dee-da. It's very slight because we wouldn't want... Okay, so there's our quarter, quarter, eighth, 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 upbeat. So the 8ths and the 16ths are similar in sound, but ba-ba-ba, they're a whole note apart. Bumpy bump, bumpy bump, bumpy bump, bumpy bump. But then that eighth note, the quarter note is beep, beep, beep. Ba, 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 ba. So there's pitches there. This doesn't have any pitch differentiation, which is, I could write an email to Benny Greb and be like, yo, next iteration, give us that ability. Because it is a good ability to have all the things the same. I wish this had the ability to just homogenize all the sounds, as well as maintain its ability to differentiate the sounds. So that would be another way to improve that. So we didn't get to the set, but do 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 bum 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 ba bum 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 boom bum 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 bum. And but tiny little baby note grace notes to drive that whole thing, and then the rest of the band can glom on to your 16th note. Now, remember that beat before we were doing like do do ba do do do, and you're just going ba ba ba. You're just killing those grace notes, those ghost notes. Ghost notes need to just be tippity 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 tap tap taparoos like nothing, yet still some chi in there instead of just a loose dead hand. Because you think, oh well, if I want my baby notes to be as small as possible, then I just gotta like let go as much as possible to have it be similar to this. But you still want to have enough pressure on there to drop it in at the moment you want it, to have control over it. Yet still be producing a very, very teeny tiny sound. Do 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 da. This decka do go bop is the way you can frame the chameleon beat. Do 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 boom bum bum. So you have your first ghost note is the one E, but that's not accented. But what is accented is the one E and Do 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 da. Do 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 boom ba. But instead of dee 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 do 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 boom ba 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 boo ba ba. I'm simulating what you're doing, which is unfair. I'm throwing you on the bus. Do boo do boom ba ba boo ba ba boom ba 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 boo ba ba boom ba ba boo ba ba. Okay, now do 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 boom ba ba boo ba ba boom ba ba do 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 boo do da. I'm deciding whether I want to go do bop to keep in all the 16th notes, because then if I'm not do bop, then I have to that one goes away. So it's hipper if all the 16th notes are there. Do 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 boom bop. And then, okay, then this is going the whole time. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'll just be super exaggerated. Do, 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 do. And it's all based on that's all based on the ability to do hand to hand. Have it be small. So, triplets, asymmetrical patterns is where it's at. Odd metered things, because then whatever happens on the right happens on the left. Because if you're doing binary, if you're doing rights and lefts, but then you're framing that into 3, then you're obviously then the next thing by default is going to be the next lead, the other hand lead. I can do triplets here. Or, sorry, symmetrical rudiments. Whatever happens off this side happens on this side. But if I do putadadas, putada, putada, that's asymmetrical. It's only happening on one side. But then I'm switching up, but that's not hand to hand. That's, this, then two, once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. So hand to hand, just here. Then if I frame that into threes, then it happens and then it switches leads. So symmetrical rudiments are where it's at. So, but the back to basics ability, the thing that's going to make everything feel good and to eventually sound good, is the ability to do this. Just that alone. Stopping that stroke so that you can be ready for the next one. Jojo Mayer is a great drummer for differentiating dynamics. He's got crazy big notes followed by, imperceptible ghost notes. Go to my musicians museum, second to last page on my site, and you'll find a Benny Greb and Jojo Mayer duet. It's an improvisation, so it's not really a demonstration of like basics. They're doing high level stuff. They're just improvising, so they're just goofing around. So they're not doing things that would be good demonstrations for clear and obvious basics, but all their basics are just right there to be seen in the hand, like every movement. Benny Greb's, the guy who made this, his technique is a little bit Frenched. But then again, he's just playing drum sets, so the demand isn't really that high. As opposed to drum corps stuff, where you're playing the highest and fastest and loudest notes possible, and you want to be in unison with with 10 other guys, then it's really important. Then technique becomes crucial in that situation. But the cruciality, we'll say, is not as much when it comes to just drum setting. The hardest stuff possible is the drum corps stuff. But if you can play the hardest stuff possible, then everything else becomes a joke. The drum corps guy sitting down a drum set, I was just like, child's play. So we might as well learn the technique that is used by like the Olympian drummers. Now, those Olympian drummers are not using Moeller stroke. They're using leading from the beat. But within leading from the beat, there's still an element. There's still the same whip is still there, but but the proportion is different. So if we start with Moeller and get that down, then we can refine down to leading from the beat. And in the drum set world, you can pretty much just get away with Moeller stroke the whole time, unless you're gonna down the toms really fast. Then you got to be leading from the beat. There's no way you could do that fast. Then it can only be initiated from the wrist, not one of these.
Daryl talks about double strokes a lot. I haven't really been able to figure out how to do those. What technique would that be? Would that be lead from the beat?
Push pull. Boing, boing. But now, doubles. This is way ahead of the cart. That's putting the cart way. That's that's way ahead of the horse. Let's put in the cart before the horse on that one. Now, he's not necessarily premature in introducing that to you, but because it is good for you to know about that so you can see the destination to where you're going with these things. But that's just the doink, the doink, the doink, the doink. Start here. Let it come out to here. And then close the fingers. That. Yeah. And you're throwing it down fast enough to where it wants to come back up on its own. It opens your hands for you. And then you just decelerate it. Let it come back more. Start here. Just isolate that. And don't let the bottom of the stick hit the carpet. So lift up, just because this is a limitation on working on the carpet. Yeah, but you're lifting it. It's going to come back up on its own.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
boing.
is that how I was just trying to let it hit the carpet?
Yeah, so what you're doing sometimes is like, boom, it's hitting the back of the carpet. So if you just kind of like spring up a little bit. Yeah, that. That, yep. And that's why the gallop is so good. And you can use this rhythm right here. And then we'll just go to 0. So now if we do 0, now there won't be any gap. Now there won't be any gap. So you can have, your gallop is here. Except we want to slow that down for now. Put it to like 60. Do it the other hand so you can see. And then that, watch just the right hand. Push, pull, push, pull. Which is increasingly difficult to do on the carpet because there's no bounce. So I got to pull out my diddles, well, as opposed to letting them truly bounce. There's some bounce to it. There's enough like spring in this carpet to like get it to come up even just that much. So we do have some spring here. So this carpet's kind of like a nice hybrid. It's pillow drumming, but without like the total deadness of a pillow. Mm-hmm. It's a bouncy pillow experience. Mm-hmm. And of course, there's a difference between bounced diddles and sticked diddles. I'm sticking this by one. If I have a cart, if I'm doing this, then there's no push-pull really happening because it's not coming back up. I'm just, even this pillow is kind of has a little bit of spring to it. All right, play on this. This is as dead gets. Okay, let's check the test. Nothing. Over here, bounce, bounce. Totally dead. So this is pillow drumming sincere. It's about as fast as I can go. If I'm still going to maintain because if I just try to do this, okay, this is bounced. Okay, no fingers at all, true bounce. Nothing happens. So in order to get that second diddle out, I got to do something. Try that. Get your legs are going to be in the way. Just put your legs together. Yeah, put it on top. And flip the sticks over so the rubber of this isn't catching. So now right, right, left, left. Keep that pinky in the game. Start big. Do, 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 do. Slow down and have it be steady. Do, 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 do. Now gradually speed that up. Yeah. Do some pillow drumming at home. Find the most non-bouncy thing possible.
Sweet.
Yeah. Gap click is your friend. This dispels that insidious doubt that can creep into the mind. I got a new student.
Oh, yeah.
He comes at 3:30.
Oh, fun.
I figured coming at 3, because, you know, we always stick around more than the 2 hours, but so I just had him come at 3:30.
Anyone from Cuesta?
He's a retired teacher from Tuscaloosa Junior High. He was a teacher there when I was there. Let's go say hey. Boom, 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 boo-doo.